the Giants then we'll start with 5, but if you want to do 5 and 7 together, I guess the first thing is, do you think they will take both? Are they auctioning here because it's the Panthers territory? Are the Steelers going to come all the way up there? Is someone going to try and get ahead of the Panthers to be in this quarterback game? And they drop from 5 knowing they've got 7 no matter what, so they could maybe still get the player they would select at 5 anyway if someone's coming up to get a quarterback and or the Panthers are taking a QB after them. Or do you just say, they're not the David Gettleman organization anymore, I know that, but they are the New York Football Giants. They always believe in those principles. And if you can tell me today, hey, Ollie, you can get one of Neil, Cross, or Ekwonu at 5, and then at 7, you're probably going to get one of Walker, Hutchinson, Thibodeau, Johnson. It's like, yes, that is what I want to do, is I want to come away with 2 top 10 picks, having a lineman I love on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I think it's such an interesting discussion that they're obviously going to be having in their draft room, because you're literally going to be looking there and saying, look, we come away with Evan Neal and we plug him in at left guard next to Andrew Thomas, and we come away with Jermaine Johnson and we plug him in as a day one starter on that defensive line. Or we auction that pick. We've got 5 picks in the top 100. We auction that pick off to the highest bidder, whether that's a Pittsburgh coming up from Malik Willis or whoever. Knowing that they're sort of punting into 2023 when there's a CJ Stroud and a Bryce Young and a Tyler Van Dyke and a Will Levis, because you're wondering what's happening with Daniel Jones, right? Philadelphia and Miami are the 2 teams in the first round next year with multiple first round picks in what feels like 12 months away as potentially a quarterback heavy draft. They are in a situation where they could punt ahead to next year, knowing that they've got 7 plus 4 more picks in the top 100 to do some damage in a draft that's got some real quality between 40 and 100. So I think that's the argument internally that they will have, especially with a new GM and a new coach who know that if they do get this wrong or it doesn't quite go according to plan, they're not on the hot seat at the moment. So very interesting situation. I personally probably would just come away with, if you can get an Ekwonu, you can get a Neal, you can get a Jermaine Johnson, you get a Thibodeau. I mean, you get yourself out of the top 10. You still got 3 more picks in the top 100 to do some damage with. You can move around, you can trade away, whatever. I think I think that's the way I would go personally.
I agree with you. The math says they should get 2 elite players there, and so I would just do that. But you could definitely talk me into saying if they could move down with one of those 2 picks, 7 spots, let's just say, and with the defense Wink Martindale is bringing in, just say we're going to be the team. I just said screen's gone weird. Sorry about that.
That's all right. But they could be a team with that defense where that this real strength 7-10 picks down to add an inside linebacker or a corner or a safety. Do you know what I mean? In terms of
so I was gonna say, in that defense, if you just gave them, if you said to them, you leave the draft with one of those top 7 picks, you get an elite tackle and you get Jordan Davis, which I think they can do by moving one of those picks and coming down. And that probably fits what they want to do even better than just getting an elite edge defender, a guy who's going to just dominate, gobble up blocks so that everyone else is one-on-one. Wink Martindale's system is about scheming up pressure anyway. You don't necessarily need an all-dominant, all-pro guy off the edge.